What's up, Urban Acolyte fam? My name is Prince, and I'm an Urban Acolyte. And I want to take up this question about the difference between MMA and traditional martial arts. So this is actually a response to a question on the Martial Arts Nerds group on Facebook. So this response is to a post from Victor Odigi. And Victor says some naive people are comparing MMA to traditional martial arts, but the difference is absolutely clear. MMA is a sport which trains you to fight in the ring, while traditional martial arts train you for survival and self-defense. So I'm going to say that I don't agree with Victor. MMA trains you to fight in the ring versus traditional martial arts training you for survival and self-defense. I mean, we can always look at some story about some MMA person that got confronted on the streets or stopped somebody from being mugged or something like that because they choked them out, punched them out, whatever. So like the saying that, and I know people have tried to take me to task because in the video on the Waylay versus Xu Xiaodong fight, I said the line, look, MMA is a sport. And that was personal trainer, exercise scientist Prince saying that line, right? You have to understand the context where I'm saying this guy is a coach. He's training athletes for a sport. I'm talking about the actual physical training that they've done versus this fat guy, because Waylay and Xu Xiaodong, roughly the same height. They were both 80 kilos, so they're in the same weight class, but one guy looked strong and fit, the other guy looked fat, flabby, and weak. And we saw what happened. The strong, fit guy won, right? A lot of the people that have been hating on me and think I'm an idiot and a Tai Chi faggot and this and that, when they see the video, who have no frame of reference, right? I always repeat what my first Wing Chun Sifu said to me. In a fight, when you have two equally skilled people, the bigger, stronger athlete always wins, or the bigger, stronger player, right? The bigger, stronger opponent, right? Because then it comes down to the physical skills, right? What your body is bringing to the fight, right? To the match, whatever, right? If you're equally skilled, right? That's a key point. Equally skilled, the bigger, faster, stronger, better athlete usually wins, right? So now, is traditional martial arts is for the street, for self-defense, and this is for the ring? No, Victor, I'm sorry. If we go, because not all traditional arts are the same, right? We take Tai Chi, my art, for example, right? People see all this waving stuff and they think Tai Chi people think they can water bend and they fight with their chi. No. Tai Chi was developed by the Qin family to protect their village. They were fighting with spears, with swords, with I'm looking around because my weapons are usually in here, but I don't know what I did with my weapons, but it doesn't matter, right? They used the Guan Dao, we call it the big knife, right? And they were wearing armor. That's why their poses are so big and so wide, and the stances are the way they are. Tai Chi was originally designed, it's almost like the equivalent of, this is the way that medieval knights in China were fighting. We could almost say that, right? So is Tai Chi outdated? Well, for its time, it is what it was. Now, when guns came into play, then, and people weren't walking around wearing armor and carrying these big swords, the big Guan Dao, that General Guan Yu carried during the Warring States periods, allegedly, then Tai Chi changed and it became, okay, now we can change things up. We're not wearing armor, we're not carrying swords and knives, we're not out fighting in the street, like that with spears. Now people have guns and they have cannons and bombs, right? And so these arts, traditional kung fu, started to change, right? And at that point it was more about, then they focused more on the self-development, right? And fighting on the Lei Tai, right? We're gonna have demonstrations, exhibition matches, where now there's this element of pugilism, right? Because we're not using this stuff on the battlefield anymore. So, you know, so even there, I just said that it was adapted to fight in the ring under its own particular set of rules. You know, you have karate. I'm not up on Japanese martial arts that well, but any Japanese martial art that ends with do is really about self-development. Judo, Aikido, Karate Do, right? It's about self-development. So you're talking about survival and self-defense, and I'm talking about self-development, right? Now, you can take the combative parts of that and go fight. You can fight in the street. You can use it for self-defense. You can use it in the ring. I mean, there are plenty of MMA people who started out in traditional martial arts. I mean, just look at George St. Pierre, who's one of my favorites. My point is that if you want to fight, if you want to learn how to brawl, like why would you even do all of this? Go somewhere where they say, oh, it's going to take you 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to get your black belt, and you got to do all of this and jump through all of these hoops. You can go to MMA. You can go to MMA gym school, and if you go regularly in 6 months, you'll pretty much be able to handle whatever happens to you on the street. So when you say it's not for self-defense, bullshit, man. Bullshit. If you're sparring with people every day, you're hitting a bag, you're taking those bumps, you're training, you're getting in better shape, right? What are you going to do up against somebody who hasn't had that kind of training? I mean, on any given day, somebody can cold cock you and take you down. But most of the people on the street, I don't care how much UFC they watch, right? Just go to any freaking Buffalo Wild Wings when they're having a UFC event and see all the armchair quarterbacks who know everything about every kind of hold, every kind of kick, every kind of style, and they've never trained a fucking day in their life, right? And then think about the people who actually do train, because you'll be able to tell the difference. If you stick with martial arts long enough, or you get into fitness or something, you can point them out. Because anytime I go to a fitness workshop or fitness conference, and me, I'm not even a badass. I'm the lowest rank in my style. And people can pick, you do martial art, they can tell how you move, how you carry yourself. And I don't mean like some BS to how you carry. I mean your posture, right? Like the way you move, the way your body, you know, the way you actually move, because you're always assessing people. That's more of a fitness, exercise, physiology thing. But I think even martial art, like if you're doing martial arts and you're a certain kind of person who's probably going to end up becoming an instructor at some point in your life, in your career, right? You learn how to assess people. You pay attention to subtle movements and whatnot, right? Anybody who's you start to do that, you can notice the people who've trained, who have had training, and I guarantee you, I'll say seven out of 10 times, if they're approached, they're gonna be able to handle themselves, right? And you know, as long as they don't have some false sense of confidence, right? And that's something probably for another talk. Right? If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. Make sure to check out more videos from this channel, especially the one that YouTube has recommended for you. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you. Always.